Who show on? Bang! No messages, nobody around. Oh, y'all just silent and stuff. I'm gonna keep it rolling anyways. Oh, and dun dun dun. And you can see the idiots. Hey, Pugface. Yeah, I'm just about downtown. I don't know if I'll see anything or not. Um, just as Mary was ending up her stream there, I figured I saw a cop, and by the time I managed to get to him, get it ready to pull over, the lights were off, and they'd pulled off, and they were doing their own shit. So I figured, well, yeah. And then Mary said she was done, so I figured, I'll try and carry the chat on for you guys if you want to chat for a bit. And I'll drive around and see what kind of shit I can see. You can have a look at downtown Winnipeg at night. Maybe you'll see some of the Christmas lights that the city puts up every year. Don't worry about cross stream because you bounce from stream to stream. Sweet, yeah. Well, but yeah, this late at night and stuff. I know Mary's streams are pretty fun, so don't wanna. Yeah, you want to see some lights. So if you look off to the left, well, you can see they got little snowflakes and shit put up on the side of the buildings there, Pug, on the right side of the screen that they put up. And maybe what I'll do is I'll stop by the town. They got a couple of big ass Christmas trees that they put up. If you waited for streams, you'll never stream. It's probably true, but I have a really solid respect for Mary. I wouldn't want to cut in on anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you can see there's some Christmas lights that the city puts up every year. The snowflakes on all the street lights and stuff like that, intersections. We got a big old Christmas tree up here that they decorate every year. Maybe I'll pull over for you. Oh, not maybe, I will. I'll pull over for you when I can find it. And oh, it's right up here. See, I no sooner speak about it, and here it is, Pug. So I'm actually going to get out, and I'll give you a bit of a show of this thing. See if you can actually see it for what it's worth in its nature and glory, and then keep going on. Hope they won't get in too much trouble here. Oops. There's some big old Santa sleigh there for you, Pugs. And then if you look over here, we have our big Christmas tree. Takes them 5-6 days to string that bastard. And yeah, we're going to keep on going. I figured I'd stop and show you that one, little Pugs, just because I know how much you like it. I'm not seeing a lot of action going on down here to really be too jumping in. Is that tree alive? That tree is alive. That tree is very much alive, Pugs. They keep that tree going. I don't know how much money they put into it. I know it's at least 50 years old, I think they said this year. So it's been around for a while. They're not sure how much more it's going to be around. They've actually planted another one downtown at another location. For when this one here, they can't do it anymore. Because, you know, nothing lasts forever, right? So, yeah, but that's the one big one that we've got. We got another one here, too. Oh, look, Copper's just passed me. I smell bacon. I don't know if I catch him or not, but we'll see. dun. Oh yeah, coming up to the bar scene. Look at them all. Oh look. Uh, Ooh, smell all the bacon, eh? Bacon. Everybody wants bacon. Yeah, frozen bacon at that, right? Well, at least you know that when it goes from frozen to cooked, you don't have to worry about any kind of merbites getting in there, right? Making you sick. Poor old Merb's getting his ass kicked, eh? Whatever. If you're out there, Merb, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, we got lots of cops lurking down here. I guess they're waiting for the action. See, the bars close here in about 35 minutes. New Year celebration, so I'm sure the cops are out lurking all over the place trying to find that drunk driver, eh? And with all due respect to that, I hope they do, because you're watching your church service. So many city lights. Yeah, look at them all, eh? Downtown here, something else. Like I say, you can see a lot of them if you look up close, and you may have to actually go back and zoom in if you can. But you can see they decorate just like crazy here. Canadian bacon, yeah, the purest and the best. And actually, no joke, Manitoba's the #1 pig farm farmers here in definitely Manitoba, and I think in Canada too. We raise the best hogs here. It's quite funny. Nothing but the best of the best. So we got the best of the pigs, and we got the best of the fish. And we're second for the beef. You don't get any better beef than you do from Calgary or Alberta. Their Angus beef is something to have if you can get it. I know up here it's about $35. What is that, about $18 a pound? $20 a pound Canadian up here for the Angus beef. And I think some of them cattle actually eat better than most of the humans out here do. Sons of bitches. But they taste good on the Barbie. Woo woo. Yeah, we've got buffalo. I actually have a friend out in BC that was really good friends when I lived out there. He raises buffalo, and he actually has llama. I'm just getting some here in the next week or so from him because he has a hobby farm to decrease his taxes on his property. Because out in BC, you get 15 acres of property. If you don't turn it into houses, like building lots, you charge up the ass. So he turns it into a hobby farm and he raises llamas. It's kind of fun. Caribou, I have not seen any caribou here in Winnipeg or Manitoba. I think caribou are pretty much out in Alberta and BC, up higher in the mountains. We don't have any mountains here in Manitoba. Our mountains here used to be the garbage hills. Lots of moose. We have lots of moose here. And deer. Just about 4 blocks from my house, right on the street, deer ran out, and my son watched the accident as this guy just smoked one. Felt bad because he hit it, but didn't hit it hard enough, hit it in the back quarter. Looked like he broke his back leg, and that was kind of it. So the deer was hopping off the road. They made phone calls to 311 and the police and all that kind of stuff, but nobody wanted to do anything about it. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, in the summertime, I'll actually have deer walk right in front of my house. It's crazy. We live so close to the outskirts of the city, and there's still some wilderness there that look, I'm walking right by my house. You know, I put out salt blocks for the bastards, and they've come and they've eaten right there. You know, so it's actually kind of neat being so, you know, within the city, but still kind of on the outskirts of it where we can still see some nature at its best. So we had a coyote warning about, I guess it was about September. We had a couple of coyotes that were close by. And so we were all told, watch your pets. Because it doesn't matter if they're in your yard or outside your yard, whatever. If they're not on even if they're on a leash, you know, these coyotes will come and take them right from you. So a bit of a scare time there for a bit. Haven't had any bears in the city yet. Not in my end. But yeah, we've had all kinds of animals, especially the deer. The deer and the moose are the two worst. We actually had a moose. Unfortunately, he was a bit dumb. Must have been a blonde moose. It actually saw itself all they could figure is it saw itself in the window pane at a senior's home and broke right through the window, and like a bull in a china shop per se. And you guys can Google this shit if you don't believe me. This moose just raised havoc on the senior's home, busted that shit up. Yeah, they ended up tracking it about a mile and a half later because it had cut itself pretty bad when it broke the glass. They caught it about a mile and a half later and had to put it down. But yeah, we've got all kinds out here, you know, and never ceases to amaze me. And the shitty part about it, guys, is that in all of that, it's never a cop car that hits them. You know, it's always us folks that hit them, and then we got to suffer for it, right? Our insurance goes through the roof, and you know, even though it's not your fault, they can't go after the moose for the cost of the repairs. So my hairdresser, before my daughter got her hairdressing license, she actually clipped the underside of a deer. She was driving one of these Mazda Miatas, these little convertibles, two-door sports cars. Should have killed her. But the headlights flip up on those things and go down when you turn them off. The headlight flipped, like it was up, hit the belly of the son of a bitch and threw it right over her car, ripped her headlights off, ripped her hood off of the car. They fixed the car. She was fine, but it was like, damn. You know, a little Mazda Miata like that, a little two-door sports car. She's lucky she's not dead. Needless to say, I got a few haircuts for free when she actually did get back to work. I guess she was feeling kind of lucky. But yeah, fitting a lot of the main drags here, guys. And like I say, there's a lot of cops out sniffing, but there's not a whole fuckload of action. So I was doing some research up on my on the gimbal there that I was blessed with, and want to try and play around with that a little bit more. And going to have some fun talking with a few more people. I'm hoping in the next week or two here to get some money together for these homeless folks and go down and hit them hard. Because, you know, even if you look at the Farmer's Almanac and stuff like that, guys, January and February are like the deep freeze months up here where it will get to, you know, like even -5, -10 Fahrenheit, which is like 45, -45 Celsius. And that's when frostbite will kick in like literally a matter of 5 minutes of your skin being exposed to the natural cold. And so that's the time that I really want to be out there and concerned and watching out for these homeless as best as I can. So the struggle's real, you know, and so I'm hoping, yeah, in the next couple of weeks I can get some money together here for these guys and go down and hit them up and see what I can do. Just made a connection, I believe, through a friend of mine and he's a general manager of what they call like a Tim Hortons up here. I don't know if you guys have Tim Hortons coffee shops down there, kind of like a Dunkin' Donuts or Robin's Donuts or whatever you call them. And he's going to see what he can do for getting me deals. You know, we'll go down there and try and buy some gift cards to hand out to these guys so they can go in and you know, get a coffee or a hot chocolate or whatever, or tea, warm himself up, stay in there for a bit. I'm going to meet him next week because he's also fairly close to downtown, the Robin or the Tim Hortons that he's at. So the other big thing too is that to make sure that the establishments will actually let them go in. There's a lot of places I don't know about down there, but up here there's a lot of establishments that won't even let the homeless people in there. You know, and that's the part that really gets my fucking goat. You know, like they go in, they got money, they want to buy something, and they're like, "You dirty, you know, you're dirty, get out." And that shit just, yeah, it throws me through the roof. So I want to make sure these guys got a safe place or gals got a safe place, and you know, just do for them. So, but yeah, so spread the word, guys. I won't beg for money. I'll tell you what I'm doing. And if you guys want to give, great. If not, don't give what you can't. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But right now, I'm just going to keep on driving, see if I can see any popos. To say I don't see a whole lot of anything going on really right now. We're kind of getting out of the downtown now. And starting to head back towards, I'm going to go down the main drag instead of off the side road, see what I can find. Because like I say, I want to, if I get a chance to nail one of these cops doing their stuff, no problem. I'm searching the internet right now about jails. There must be something going on. I don't have scanners here. And that's the thing, Pug. I don't believe they are. Scanners are legal up here unless you're somehow registered as like a volunteer firefighter or volunteer services, then you're allowed to have one. Other than that, up here in Canada, scanner is almost like a gun, and you got to jump through about 1,000 hoops just to get one. So a lot of people don't have them. Radar detectors are illegal up here, if you can imagine that, right? You know, so it's just stupid on all sorts, on all levels. You know, that's where Canada, we're so far behind the times where, you know, it's almost where we're going to catch up to ourselves again. You know, it's stupid. Gun law is sick. Put it this way, Pugs. You can't even own a handgun up here. If you own a handgun, you're complete, right off the bat, you're registered. If you want to take that gun out of your house, say to go practice at the firing range, you've got to call the police. You've got to let them know you're leaving your house at what time, what route you're taking, how long you're going to be at the gun range for. If you're going to be late, you have to call the police, or if something changes with your route, you've got to pull over and let them know. Now, if I say I'm going to be home by 5 o'clock on Thursday from the gun range, they catch me at 5:30 on the side of the road, and I still have my gun with me, there's no questions asked. That's it. Cuffs are on you and you're done, right? And it's an instant 3 to 5 years in jail. You know, so it's really, really stupid. You know, they also want to know, and they'll check, you know, so if you've got a box of bullets, which is 50 bullets, and you only shot off 20 at the gun range, and they pull you over, it's 5:30, you should have been home at 5, they check your gun, they check your box, and there's only 25 in there, and they look and they say, well, hey, you only shot 20 at the gun range, where's the other 5? That's it. Latex glove, here it comes, and it's on like Donkey Kong, right? So rifles are different because it's for hunting, right? They're a little less strict on those. But handguns, don't even bother. Don't even bother, you know? I had a good old fight with my wife years ago when my boys were growing up about the whole gun thing. And, oh, the boys are too young. Don't let them have guns, and guns kill people. And I said, it's not guns that kill people. People kill people, you know? So I taught them caveman days. Me and my boys, we went out with the guns and we shot, right? But with them, it was handheld pellet guns that you could buy Canadian Tire, right? Or Target or Woolco or Walmart, whatever. Even then, when the cops saw us, boy, did we get a fucking ass reaming. You know, I mean, it was just stupid. You know, so yeah, cops and guns around here. I guess they don't like competition. But definitely, you know, if it's not a shotgun or a rifle of something for hunting, you don't want to get caught with one because it's just, you know, and you can say your rights all you want, but at the end of the day, when it comes to Canada, you really don't have a whole lot of rights when it comes to guns. It's just fucking stupid, you know? Maybe the next rallies and stuff up here will be following you guys, and we'll start, you know, shooting for some of these rights because it's just dumb. It's just dumb, right? Especially with the crooked cops. And you know what, guys? If you want some fun information, funny information, but it'll make you pissed off, you Google some of the shit that goes on with the Canadian cops up here. What happens with their guns and shit? Fuck, I tell you, it's amazing why they're allowed to have them and we're not. And if somebody's in here that I didn't say hi to, I apologize, but I really can't read the messages in the chats that well, just because of my driving. And yeah. So it'll get a little bit boring, a little bit dark now, guys. We're gonna hit a little bit of a perimeter here, freeway, to catch the backside of where there could possibly be something. But again, no guarantees here. Not a whole lot going on. Yeah, that's true. Up here, you'd be surprised at what what goes on. They just had a big thing there in the news the other day, guys. They pulled over a couple of cars that were stolen, and it was handmade guns, like pipe guns that these guys had. And yeah, they won't see natural daylight for the next 5 years. They already said they're going to hold them. They're going to incarcerate them, no bail. They're in jail until the 9th of January, where they'll appear before the judge. And yeah, they'll be in jail for a minimum 5 years. And those are just pipe guns that they made themselves, right? So, but yeah, that's it in a nutshell. And unfortunately, like I say, police action around here is pretty quiet. You've got to be in the right place at the right time. Like Pugs, you were in the right place at the right time when you got to do that little bit of a cop watch there with by the fence. Don't see that very often, but now I'm just going to have to drive around more often, I guess, and look for them and have my camera ready. And when I see them, then go for it, right? But in the meantime, yeah, you guys know my focus is homeless and the police. And tonight I saw none of them. When you guys were talking and we were there with Mary on her stream, I drove by the 3 shelters. Nobody was standing out in front of them, which meant everybody got a bed for tonight, which is good. And yeah, so now it's just a matter of, you know, drive around for a little bit, see what I can find for cops. and see what's out there. But yeah. Hey, Pugs, let me ask you, what kind of vehicle are you driving? I never did ask you that. I wonder how your vehicle would handle the winter up here, because these roads are pretty fucking wicked right now. Yeah, Pugface, what kind of vehicle do you drive? Like, is it a car? Is it an SUV? Is it a small compact? Yeah. Well, I guess if you throw some good winter tires on it, as long as you got about 5-6 inches clearance, you'll be all right. But I mean, yeah, like these Honda Civics and stuff like that. Right now, they're hardly putting them on the road. Every time we get a snowfall, they're stuck in their driveways for a couple of days because they can't get out. Great cars, good on gas, but yeah, not so great if you can't drive them, right? Right now, I'm driving one of these. What the hell's that thing called again? This one here is Jesus. What is this thing called again? Equinox. And my wife, she bought herself one of those Hyundai Santa Fe's SUVs, and yeah. And my truck's parked for the winter right now. My other one's getting its rear end put in, and yeah. Subaru. Yeah, my neighbor's got a Subaru. My soon-to-be ex-brother-in-law's got a Subaru. What is it, Crosstrek or whatever that thing is? Seems to handle fairly well, but main thing here is as long as you've got good road clearance and you've got good tires, that's basically what you need. And then you just need to know how to drive in it, right? Because sometimes these roads will look perfectly fine, black, no problem, like black tar or asphalt. But then you don't realize it till you hit the brakes that it's sheer ice, and then you're going sideways down the road, or it takes you 3 blocks to stop because it's just sheer ice. So that's one thing you got to watch for. And here in the city, you can't have studded tires. You can't have chains on them. The only time you're allowed to have studded tires if you drive in the city is if your vehicle's registered outside of the city, and it's like a farm or a work vehicle. Other than that, like I say, you get yourself some good all-weather tires or some winter tires, and you just do it that way. Slide. Yeah, it's about a good 100 feet or so. You know what? This is one thing I'll say, and I say it proudly. My wife is a kick-ass driver. You know, she's driven every one of my vehicles that I've ever owned, and I have all the confidence in her. I used to have what, and if anybody here knows the old days of the Die Hard movies with Mel Gibson, he had the 4-door truck, the long box with the 4 wheels on the back. I had one of those, and she literally needed, when the door opened up, a little rope ladder would fall out to get into it. because from the ground, from the road to the bottom side of the truck was 3 feet. She's a whole 5'2", right? But she'd crawl up in that thing, she'd snap herself back, and hell has no fury. She would drive that thing, and probably better than half the men I knew that could even drive, right? So, but here, yeah, it's men just as bad as the women. The biggest thing is people don't seem to understand that you've got to give yourself more time when winter comes, right? Everybody figures, oh, it takes me half an hour to get to work, and that's a stop at Tim Hortons on the way, so I'm good to go. And they're supposed to be to work for 9, so they'll leave at 8:25. I got a half an hour. Well, shit, snow came. They're still driving the same speed. Snow on the road. They go to stop. What the hell do you mean my vehicle doesn't stop? You know? So that's the biggest problem we have here is people just not paying attention, right? And yeah, then we have a lot of different nationalities that move here. That move here and they're not used to the snow. And that's a bit funny to watch, you know, when they're first learning how to drive in the snow. But with all the ones that I've met and all the ones that I've talked and discussed with, first thing I always say to them is, you know what, please do yourself a favor, go practice on the back roads. Or when my kids first start learning how to drive in the winter, I'll wait till 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'll take them to a Walmart parking lot or a big parking lot somewhere and just get used to the vehicle, you know? Hammer on it, step on the brakes, crank the wheel, hit the e-brake, back up, crank the wheel, get to know your vehicle, right? And seems to work fairly well, you know, as long as they listen to that. But yeah, so winter here is a bit rough as far as that goes. Other than that, it's not bad. Oh, look! Just had a piggy go the other way. I wish I could find an app that could read out your chats to me. Because I can tell you right now, like, damn, I can't see any of them when I'm driving, right? It's just all, it's there for 2 seconds. And by the time I get a chance to focus on it, it's gone. Uh-oh. I think I froze up on you. Is there Pugface? There's an app on desktop that you can use for reading out the chats when you're doing your live streams? Because that'd be really good. I'd really like to have something like that. That would be awesome. But it appears to me that the screen is frozen because I'm seeing the same picture on there. See what's going on here. Looking to let me know. Hey, is this stream lagging or what? Because the screen did freeze, eh? What the heck? Can you hear me? But the screen froze. What the heck?